All right, so now we're going to start a lentil Waldorf salad. Now, Waldorf salads are very high in fat. They have mayonnaise and usually chicken, and of course there's walnuts, and then they throw in some apples for whatever reason. We're going to make ours out of lentils, so it's heart healthy because we're using walnuts, which are heart healthy, we're using lentils, heart healthy, and we're using a vegan mayo, which is basically just whipped oil. They have olive oil-based ones, they have a mixture of oil-based ones. You decide which one you like better, and you'll be able to use that instead. So this is a pretty easy dish. We have cooked, again, beluga lentils. They're the little tiny baby lentils. You can see how small they are, and they get about twice their size. All right, so those are our lentils part of, that's our high protein part. So we're gonna take an apple. You can use a Fuji, a Mac, a Red Delicious, a Yellow Delicious, or a Granny Smith. What's nice about them is they add a little bit of tartness as well as valuable pectin to our dish. And we're just going to dice these into bite-sized pieces. You can make it really big and chunky. You can make it small and delicate. It's all about your cutting skills, which I highly recommend that you develop. In order to make cooking easy, this is sort of the part that takes the most time. Once you put a dish up to cook, it sort of just soups, right? It does its thing. This is the part that intimidates people and slows them down. So if you practice, practice by cooking, then your prep becomes really quick, and suddenly prep work becomes like this Zen, gorgeous thing that you do that somehow leads you to the meal. Chopping is my favorite part of meal prep. I wake up in the morning, look at my gorgeous knives and go, what can I chop today? So you can roll your eyes, I understand. So now we have our apples in. Now I don't want the apples to turn brown, even in the quick time that we're gonna take to assemble this. So I'll take an organic lemon and zest the skin off. Please use organic citrus if you're gonna use the zest so that you're not zesting pesticides into your dish, because they spray them. And this is where all the vitamin C is actually in the rind. This is where the sun actually hit the lemon on the tree. And then we'll add a little bit of lemon juice so that the apples stay their beautiful color and don't turn brown. You only need the juice of about half a lemon. Now we'll add some celery, diced celery. Some diced red onion. Again, you can use shallots, you can use scallions, you can use white onions. Red onions are really, really, really sweet. Raw, they can be a tiny bit sharp. So if you don't like them, you could quickly blanch them in hot water to gentle their flavor. Some pan-toasted walnuts. A 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And the nutmeg is just going to give us a little bit of a lift on the apple flavor. And then, of course, lentils. Season with salt. Not too much, just a little bit of salt. And then, sort of the star of this dish along with the lentils is vegan mayo. And you can see it looks, smells, and acts just like mayonnaise without the saturated fat. It's certainly fat, but it's a mono and polyunsaturated fat. And you can decide how much mayonnaise you want to put in or how much you don't want to put in. I tend to go lighter because my mother's family was from outside Naples, Castellamare d'Estabia, and they didn't cook with mayonnaise. They used olive oil because it's hot in Naples, so mayonnaise would go bad. When my grandfather moved to the United States, he was amazed that you could buy things in cases at the supermarket. So he would show up after a supermarket trip with all this stuff that we never ate. But he bought it because he was amazed at the price. Cases of peanut butter. One day he showed up with a case of mayonnaise. And my grandmother said to him, Gerardo, what is this? And he said, I don't know, they call it mayonnaise, but the price was great, so I bought it. Years later, when they both passed away, we cleaned out their pantry, and there was this case of out-coated mayonnaise that they never used because they didn't know what to do with it, but it was a great price. So this is our lentil salad, our lentil Waldorf salad. And so you have all the satisfaction of a Waldorf salad with none of the ill side effects like saturated fat. But you still have a nice, rich, creamy salad. So what are you waiting for? It's time to get back to the cutting board. I'll see you next time on Christina Cooks.